Director, Dean, faculty colleagues, and my dear friends. A very good morning to all the ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls around here. We are honored here to have a very august gathering amongst us. And I would request our faculty colleagues to welcome them with a bouquet. I would request Dr. Trivikram Rao to please welcome Dr. Jibitesh Rath with a bouquet. I would request our student Suma to welcome sir with a bouquet. Mr. Ashish Sen. And I would again request Suma to welcome Shri Eshwar Garu. We extend a very warm welcome, sir, to IP, and thank you for having your time around here and coming for us. I would request, we would start off the session now. I would request our Dean, Professor Srinivas Murthy Garu, to please come and welcome the gathering.
Thank you, Bhaktan. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Respected Director, respected Chief Guest, Dr. Jibitesh Rath ji, respected NP Eshwar, respected Ashish Sen ji, and distinguished invitees, faculty, staff, and students of IP. It's a great occasion for the students of second years to come back to the college after completing 2 months of their internship. We believe that some people are held up in the project. That's the reason the response is less. Maybe they will be joining tomorrow for the classes. This program has been designed mainly to reorient the students of second years. Initially, we'll have a lecture by Shri Rath Saab, based on his four decades of experience. So what are the expectations of the industry, how the students should groom themselves, and how they should be ready for placements. So thank you so much, sir, for coming to the campus. We welcome you. Give a big round of applause, please. And also, we welcome Shri MP Eshwar, Former Managing Director, Instrumentation Limited, and Dr. Ashish Sen for sparing their valuable time, and they will be speaking to you. And Shri Eshwar Shah will be talking on what is the skills set expected by the industry. What are the areas you should get yourself trained? You already completed 1 year, and placements may start from, say, August, September. So how is that you can impress upon the recruiters? What skill set is expected by the industry? And similarly, Ashish Sen ji will be speaking on very important critical areas where you can improve upon. What type of growth mindset you should have to succeed in life. So these are all the important lectures which will actually help you to have a strong foundation for the upcoming placement process. I thank our director for guiding us in this, having this function and bringing people. So with this brief remarks, I thank Prarthana for the opportunity and continue with the program. Thank you.
Now, given that we have three very, very important people, you are very lucky. Getting these three is well nigh impossible. We have Mr. Eshwar here, experience of working in SPCL, in oil sector. And you see, oil sector enterprises are one among the first 50 to 100 in the world. If you take first 100 companies in the world, Fortune 100 in the world, you find oil sector enterprises over there. And Mr. Eshwar, until so far, he was the CMD of Instrumentation Limited, and he's going to take over as CMD of Hindustan Insecticides. And between now, I think he's a very powerful person. And there is a flow of power from Delhi to Hyderabad. He's now advising Ministry of Oil. I don't know tomorrow whether we have to pay more for oil or less. We don't know. I think they say that oil may go to $120 per barrel. And if that happens, I think our entire budget will go topsy-turvy. I'm sure that you know about his book. He has written a book, and that book was released under the auspices of IP only a few days back. It was very well received and well commented in newspapers. So I think you'll see the book also. I have got a copy of the book, but I think I can just show it. This is a very good case. This is an excellent case. If you read this, you can certainly be a very good entrepreneur. Because an entrepreneur, each moment of life, he or she meets somebody. And how do you deal with people? Because entrepreneurship to me is nothing but only people management. 50% time of an entrepreneur, of a manager, goes in meeting people. We have Dr. Rath here. Dr. Rath is an ED, Executive Director of NMDC, which is a Navratna company, which has gone far and wide in India, and he has worked in very, very difficult circumstances with Naxalites in Bastar area, but he could set up a steel plant over there. Dr. Rath has tremendous experience of working in NTPC. He has also worked in Midhani, he has worked in SAIL, so he brings with him very, very wide experience. Put together, if we count, I think these 4 enterprises, then you come to know that he has worked with about 1 million people, 10 lakh people. So that is Dr. Rath. He is also chairman of NIPM chapter here, vice president of NIPM, on the Indian level. And I think he goes with us. IP is going to do a leadership program abroad. That will be a 3-week program. 1 week they will be in India, and 2 weeks they will be in Europe, European Union, and many other countries around. And I hope that when you take over, or in the oil industry, we get more such people, because India's problem is that we have become too much inward. We don't see others, and we don't know what is happening in the world. Ashish Sen Saab is again a very, very big name in many senses. He handled the L&D department of L&T, not for 1 or 2 years, for several years. And you see L&T, what it is today. It has orders of about 5 lakh crores only of transformers for the nuclear power corporation, because there is a big competition going on between China and India. Whether the orders should go to Chinese, they should go to L&T, they should go to some other companies. But L&T, I think, is the winner. And through him, I think, a great deal of thing, about emotional intelligence, because in life, I think motion is important, emotion is also important. Emotion without emotion only leads to commotion. So we have to live in this world, we have to make our mark, and if you have to make our mark, you should know who is the other person, at what level he or she is talking, what is the frame of mind of that person, what is the background. Wake up today, what did he think, what has happened to him. You must know, I think, because you are a person, you are dealing with other people, and dealing with people, I think, is the greatest art. That's where I think management is different from machine. Dealing with machine is very easy, but dealing with people is a very, very petty, I think, a pretty difficult task. I don't want to speak, but for you, I think, on you depends the future of this institute. I think you and your friends who join you today or tomorrow or later will work very, very hard, will be the people who will do very good project work. Because we are going to publish best projects through Springer. If they are useless, they will be thrown in dustbin. Now we have got a machine also which works of plagiarism. If you are just copying and putting, you won't get your projects. I was in IMT, I was in SPJN, I was in Ahmedabad, and all those projects, they all are published, but they all are quality projects. So, Yoga Karmasya Koshanam, bring quality in your work. Don't do half-heartedly. Don't do just because you have to do. Do it because that is your sacred duty. Do it because you have to earn a name for yourself, for family, for the institute, for the country. Do it because you have got competitors not in India but abroad also. You think of, yes sir, that you are a global student. And as a global student, how you can move forward with the same esteem, I think, with the same courage, with the same, excellence, I think. That's very, very important. Yes, tomorrow again is a big day like today. We'll have Jagdish Sheth, who is among one of the top 5 in the world in the area of marketing. He is traveling all the way from Amroy to this place. And I think you all learn from him, and we create a climate whereby he feels that, yes, IP students are bright. They are the people who reflect. They are the people who think. They are the boys and girls who have determination. They can't be stopped. They are unstoppable. In Vishnu Sahasranam, we use a word, Om Anudhaya Namah. Means they can't just be stopped. So I'm sure that when this mantra, Anudhaya Namah, was written, it was written for all of you. And you will be, I think, God's replica. You will become unstoppable. You will do something of which you can be proud, we can be proud, institute and country can be proud. On that note, let me once again welcome, and please join me in giving a big round of applause. You are just sitting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for delivering the presidential address. I would now invite our chief guest, Dr. Jibitesh Rath, to deliver the inaugural address. To introduce Dr. Jibitesh Rath, Dr. Jibitesh Rath is General Manager, HRD, NMDC Limited. He is a leader, scholar, corporate HR and CSR dimensionist, motivational speaker, was rated Outstanding Chief Vigilance Officer from Padma Bhushan, Shri N. Vittal Garu, the then Central Vigilance Commissioner, Government of India, during the years 2000 and 2001. National Institute of Personnel Management, the highest professional body of human resource professionals, has conferred him with the highest recognition, fellowship, in 2005 and during its Asian Pacific Conference in Chennai. Dr. Rath is also closely associated with Bharat Scout and Guides, the largest youth movement in India, which has around 60 lakh membership. He is presently the National Council member of NIPM, member Board of Studies NIPM. Dr. Rath is also a life member of various professional bodies in India. He has published over 18 papers and in various professional journals and books. He is the research guide approved by IGNOU, Osmania University, JNTU, Kakatiya University, Utkal University, North Orissa University, NIPM, ISTD. As a guest faculty in various institutions, he is very often invited, and his areas of interest are performance counseling, stress management, employment relation in the industry, and he is certified counselor by the Indian Society of Health and Administration. We welcome you here to IPE, sir, and we invite you for the inaugural address.
Good morning to everybody. Respected Professor Mishra, my mentor, Mr. Murthy, Dean, IP, Professor Mantha, ex-CMD, BDL, Mr. Eshwar, ex-CMD, Instrumentation of India, Mr. Sen, Mr. Surya Rao, because so many professors, my close friends, Professors Menon, Trivikram, Pawan Kumar, if I know, and my dear friends, I'll tell something what Professor Mishra told, that what next after second year, final year. I was in IIM Trichy last month, 25th, addressing the 8th PMP, 200 students, 7 fellow program, 25 PhD scholars and 50 professors in new fantastic campus, Trichinapalli, IIM. So I got something feedback and it came in Hindu, Indian Express. I will not repeat what I said there, but I think from a different perspective. Because 38 years service in 3 best PSU of India, 1 Maharatna, Steel Authority, 81 batch, management training, then Midhani, Miniratna, then now NMDC, Navaratna. So that gives lot of experience, what I speak from my own experience, because I don't believe to quote somebody, to tell somebody what they are doing, but we know it from books, from press, which is not pure. I mean, maybe adulterated news and other things. I tell my own experience. Sometimes because it may, you may sound very arrogance, but it's not arrogance, it is a humility to connect with you what is happening and what you should do. I should tell what I have done. I should not quote or misquote somebody during the books, no? First point. Second point. Then I should say what Professor Mishra told. What next? What do you know after 1 year or after 6 months, 7 months? Campus recruitment starts, but I don't know. I'll ask last where are other students? Because 500 in my mind, 560 seats. Here hardly 100, 40, 50. I think this is one group or I don't know. So that means this is a cream of maybe IP. All the discipline, HR, marketing, your finance, insurance, international business, all these things, all faculty, all subject people. Accordingly, I will tune my talk. Of course, it's general. It's nothing like HR or going to an MBA or a business B school, very prestigious IP product. It's not. I don't feel it should be HR or it should be data analytics. You should be this, that. First point, you should feel positive when you appear the campus or any selection. Be positive. This maybe sounds bit pravachan type. Be positive, be strong, be motivated. No. Positive means you should put your best, what you feel inside, inner thing. Two types of personality, one external, one internal. External, everybody know. Internal, even you don't know also sometimes. That's why you know concept, no? Even you quote Sadhguru, the latest book, Inner Engineering. Sadhguru, mystic, one of the best. He's a very successful corporate wizard and scientist. You see that book, Inner Engineering. I have a hobby when I go to airport before time, because if I miss the flight, I take books. So last book I read 10 days back, Inner Engineering, and there is a program from 5th to 9th, last day, yesterday last day, 4th day program, Sadhguru was conducting at Coimbatore. Only once in a year. So that book, practical there, Inner Engineering. That is the one line is there. The internal thing nobody knows. What you interact with outside world, whether you are a father, a brother, a sister, whatever may be capacity, that is external. And that is all hypocrisy is there. Element of hypocrisy or fake news within quote nowadays, fake news. That things comes and you must remember Swami Vivekananda told everything, every part within you. That's a fact. You know why in 1860s 3 geniuses were born in India? Now 150 years passed or more than 170 years passed. Nobody was born. What the genius? Any idea? 1861, 1863, 1869. Mahatma Gandhi, 1869, 1861, 1863 perhaps. 1861 is 1861, Vivekananda, 63 is Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore. He had not gone in university MBA program, but he is the Vishwa Guru, Rabindranath Tagore. So it is education. Let us be clear. It is not what you have read last 2 years. It will not help you much. When you go to the society, meet the people, meet your competitors. Who are competitors? You're the best person except your parents. I told last time in old campus, except your parents and teachers, everybody is a competitor. Your boyfriend is a competitor, your girlfriend is the worst competitor, and anybody, these 3 persons, father, mother, and teachers, because they are happy if they are defeated. But others will not be happy, they will take challenge. You take the challenge. Third point. You take the challenge positively from everybody except your parents and teachers. But they will not be unhappy if they are defeated. Defeated means you go above them, in your own standard, in the standard of society. Fourth point is you have to align your purpose of life. Very, very important. What you do, what you thought after 10 years, after 15 years, we look. When you recruit somebody, we don't see what you are today. Because your mark is there, your biodata is there, CV is there. I judge you within 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Can I judge you? No, it's impossible. It should not. So we see that what is the day after yesterday, I was in a not remote, of course, in a Bellary, Dodimalai. I was there day after yesterday when I got a call that is a mines, JSW steel plant near the Dodimalai mines is there, very big mines. I went to address the young engineers who have completed 1 year training. They joined with lot, they're getting 14 lakh, no? In the remote area, but all discipline, technical people mainly. It's only public sector in NMDC, we have a board approved Youth Thrive policy, young managers engagement policy, because they leave. They don't care if they don't happy, they will leave. And that is a loss to the company. They leave within a year, no matter, because we take 20% extra. Within a year, they might have appeared IES, ICS, whatever it may be. So no point in living within a year. But after 2 years, after 3 years, if they leave or you leave, it's a loss to the company. And you people leave, I know. You youngsters, millennials sitting before me, you leave. KPMG will take you after 2 years to, I'll go to E and Y. Oh no, I'll go to this PS. No, I go to, nothing wrong in leaving. But when you leave a company, you carry some baggage and plus, minus, no? You take care of that. Don't leave for living sake. Just have some weightage, it is the weight carriers which matters, not the high flyers. It is the ecosystem which matters, not your ecosystem. You might have a very big ego, but it's ecosystem, the company, the organization, may be big, may be small, that matters, not your ego. You means not you, I'm telling, no? All stakeholders, okay? And it is a good thing they have done. Ethics. I'll give you my own example. Mantha is there. You might have heard. I was a CPO and we got the CMD sacked of Midhani. I'm still proud. This is the only proud moment in my life when I saw a corrupt CMD was sacked, who was smuggling our materials to Pakistan, nuclear grade materials, and getting money. I have no means. This is in the High Supreme Court case, CBO Midhani versus Mr. X and others. I feel proud. They told that I will make GM, I will make in 99, 2000, ED, 2000, young, 43 years old officer, executive director, you can go what level? But I told, this is my nature's mother's land interest. You will not be spared. We have SCBI, we have all the things. In brief, I was attacked, I was about to be murdered, all the things happened. Our family harassed, everything. But you should not, because one day you will die. But if our country's nuclear material go to Pakistan, then go to North Korea, and North Korea is challenging Trump, and geopolitics more than anything else, then you remember where you play the role. It is not that you are outstanding CPO, it's not that you are this, that. It is that align your purpose of life. I am from a mediocre family. My father is a teacher, my wife is a teacher, teaching family. So I wanted to be a teacher, which may be fulfilled after I am a teacher actually. It's not necessary you should be assistant professor and professor, no? Teacher means what? Who share his knowledge, his wisdom, not education. Education, anybody can be educated, but wisdom is something else, and intelligence is something else. You may be intelligent, who cares? But if you're not a wisdom, it is not problem you will face. Intelligence many types, spiritual intelligence, this, all intelligence are there. This wisdom which will make you through, align purpose of life. It's not difficult, my experience I'm telling, take it for granted. It is not difficult to follow ethics and values in life. You cannot be a saint, no, you're not expected to be, but in your profession, in your social life, you can follow. You may face problem. The human psychology tells, moment you face a problem, you become more stubborn. This is psychology. If you're attacked, you'll be more stubborn inside. It's not arrogance. It is a strength, internal strength. And that will face. You will face definitely in your life. Be careful and don't be disheartened. Wait for the next day. No, don't be disheartened. You will face in profession, in everything. You will face because the world is a difficult world. There is a new world is coming, and you are the new millennials. You have a lot of expectations. Don't be disheartened. You will face and definitely face. This is part of life. That is within quote. It's part of life. Last point. Last but not. It's a leader. If you would tell somebody asked me before coming leadership program, that is something else. The thing I talk leader means you should have a role model. Who is a leader? One simple definition, you are a manager, then become entrepreneur, then become a leader. Manager will meet target 100 out of 100%. But if you make 120 out of 100, a small definition is a leader. So it's beyond your target, beyond your normal challenge. Best leader in my life, with my role model, I always quote Abdul Kalam. You read his book, fortunately I was in Midhani for 11 years, I interacted with him 4 or 5 times. And this personality, at that time he was DRDO chief, DRDO head, not President of India. He came as President of India once to Apollo DRDO, that inauguration I still remember, with Pratap Reddy, Apollo man, to have something, some program, other things. You don't get chance to go near the president, but the anthem was sung wrong, anthem, national anthem, protocol, some different tune. I couldn't resist my, this national anthem, President of India sitting in front of DRDO Apollo. You have seen that small place. And same thing, that DRDO Apollo, again ethics, very important. Nobody knows that has to be taken by the local MP at that time, Asauddin. They wanted to grab that building and other things. I was there. Mulayam Singh was defense minister. He announced that this building will be taken over by next door, that Oasis Hospital. I just came back. I met the IB director, head of Andhra. I told this is happening, and Mulayam Singh is capable of. He announced within 15 days, entire thing will be given to that hospital. And you see that hospital, it's not a minority or majority community. That's just all BDA, DRDO, Midhani, all are within striking range. If the building attack, grenade, smash everything. Nobody knows. This is ethics, your call of duty. A small man, additional general manager. So we went to IB, CMD was shocked what to do. Minister announced, Mulayam Singh, defense minister, both Muslim votes in UP. So he wrote to Cabinet Secretariat. Prime Minister Bajpayee turned down the proposal of defense minister to give that building and that area, some 20 acres land to that college. Again, we went to the collector, Hyderabad. He charged 2 crore per acre. They wanted to take the land. No, this happens. So you can do something behind the screen. It's not that we are against anybody, but it's the national interest. You can imagine if there is a terrorist attack from that building, all entire DRDO will be gone. BDL, where they produce missiles. Midhani, where you produce nuclear grade, ISRO, rocket grade materials, then all labs are there, DMRL, DLRL, everything. So, don't underestimate your value. That's the point. You may be a small man, you may in hierarchy be small, but if you do it, you can feel so satisfaction. I may be superannuated very soon, few days, but I'm so happy that yes, if you look back 38 years or 40 years service, I look back my JNU days, the World University, 79 batch, international politics. I should be a diplomat, international student, diplomacy student. So any job you can do. I didn't know ABCD of management, no MBA. Still now I don't have MBA, no PhD in management, but no MBA. So education is different. You can get a degree. Last, I told leadership, I told professional. You should be professional. What is professional? People are telling, no, it's professional. Oh, nonsense. What is professional? There is some rule, definition. You should not ask others what you should do. What is professional? When doctor is testing an operation table, he's asking his professor, sir, this heart valve, this thing, he's asking? No, he's taking decision there. Your life is there. Lawyer is asking in the court, he's arguing, he's asking somebody. He's a professional. Same thing, you should be professional. Never ask. Nobody should tell you, you should do this, you should do that. That's very important. Because you'll be a professional. MBA student is a professional. Okay. So many things, I know time. Only 2 stories I will end. 2 minutes, 2 stories. One is a 1 minute story. You never quit what you stand for. Famous Churchill's Cambridge speech. You know Churchill? Because I am Trichy, I asked Churchill, there are 250 students, only one fellow could tell who is Winston Churchill, one person. And all are engineering background, I am first batch, new batch. I was shocked. I told the professors, take care for students. In later vein, 50% are from girls. But day first, the 25th this happened, 24th headline, 6% only qualify in IIT. Best 500, IIT 14 girls. First 1000, 42 girls, 46 girls, no, IIT this year. But in IIM, I told you in a different way. In IIM, in Trichy I saw out of 200, 120 are girls, 150. I told, this is management. That is technocracy. What is that? You are not above, you are not inferior to a technocrat. You may be a CEO, you don't know. You may be a CEO, investor. IP will be honored if they find that somebody sitting today in this august room will be a CEO of a big company. Maybe not a CEO, COO, CFO, or anything. So that's the credit the teacher, professor will get. So that speech, when he was going to Cambridge, he's a good speaker. He's a statesman, war hero, he's a Nobel laureate, but morally he's very poor. He's an alcoholic, he sleeps in Commons, House of Commons, Parliament, he's a womanizer, he's all this, that's a negative quality. But people worship him. What I'm telling, when he was going, there's accident. Cambridge is outskirts of London, no? There's accident, we cannot go ahead. Helicopter cannot land there, take you. 5 kilometers left. He walked, punctuality. We are very poor, me in punctuality. So he walked. He arrived 1 hour late. Only people gave students waiting to listen to him, you know, Cambridge convocation. So he stood, told, my speech is only 4 words. Never, never, never quit. Speech end. That is his famous Cambridge speech. When I told this, there is a huge clap in IIM Trichy. But there is no clap here. That means you have internalized. Clap is not required. That means you have pin drop silent. There is one way to receive it, no? They received, they demonstrated, but you very pin drop silence you received. So that is nothing wrong. I'm telling that's the power of Winston Churchill. I'll conclude with the story of Abdul Kalam. Everybody knows Abdul Kalam. Abdul Kalam, you see the leadership you told, no? So, you know that story, but I don't want to repeat, but it requires repetition. Who is the leader, no? In SLB failure, you know that 1979, many people might know. Have you read Wings of Fire, his first book? He has written 20 odd books, 5 books you read at least. If I have not read, your education is not complete. That's a management book, that is autobiography, that is all in one. Wings of Fire, 97 publication. I had autographed book of Abdul Kalam. I read it 4 times. More you read, you know the history of missiles technology, history of space, history of defense, everything. But one thing, when it failed, that rocket, SLV-3 failed, he was sleeping, minor mistake, crores of rupees gone to Bengal, he was sleeping, then Satish Dhawan came and told Abdul, come for dinner, morning failed, he was sleeping, so sad, shocked. Leader came, took him for dinner, no? Press conference, leader first, not he, project director. Only the leader told Dhawan that next year will succeed. They succeeded next year, again press conference. Leader came, Abdul, you go and address the press. Failure is mine, success is yours. But in other case, nowadays, orphan. Success is a bastard child, failure is orphan. Nobody own him. With Vidura, I don't recite sloka, but this sloka, this one stanza, I remember in class 8. What I read in my MPhil, PhD, I forgot. But what I read in class 8, this is very powerful for you. This is personal development, what Vidura told. He told, Sardasa, 6 qualities required for your success. What is success? I will end that line. What is success? Success is character, I'm telling you. Success is character. Success nothing. Success is very, is a very relative term. This is successful, his success, his failure, and nonsense. If I have a strong character, I'm not talking about character in the traditional, that sense, totality, personal. Sardosa purusangneya hatabyang bhuting ichchata nidra tandra bhayang krodha alasyang dirghasutrata. These 6 sardosa, these 6 qualities, 6 minor quality, negative qualities should go. What 6? Then you will become a successful man. Sardosa purusangneya hatabyang buddhing. Hatha means buddhi means that's greatness. If you want, these 6 nidra, nidra, tandra, that stage, semi, dozing, semi, it's a very big meaning. Tandra cannot be explained in English, Sanskrit words cannot be explained in English. Viveka, Upula conscience, no, Viveka is something else, conscience is something else. Nidra, tandra, bhaya, don't be afraid. If you are afraid of anybody, what Vivekananda told, every power within you, What is spiritualism? He told, the manifestation of divinity in you. That's the spiritualism. It's not religion. Everybody wants 3 things to like. Everybody, you, me, 100% sitting here, this is the last 1 minute. 100% likes to 3 things in life. But that creates problem in the society. What is your name? Your name. I am Jibitesh. If somebody calls me Jibitesh, I'll be happy. My nickname is there. If somebody my relation. Second is your language. If in own mother tongue somebody speak with you, you become happy. It's natural. Your religion. But these 3 things are not yours. Somebody gave you a name. Somebody gave you a religion. Somebody language is somebody else. No, it's not yours. When you born, you didn't know a language. You didn't know your name. Somebody, these 3, but people fight for these 3. Don't fight, So, nidra, tandra, bhayang, krodha, alasyang. Alasya, laziness. Dirghasutrata, procrastination. These 6 qualities you minimize, you will be a great man. All the best. Go and kick the world. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experiences, learnings, and inspiring us. I'm sure it was quite inspiring to know that we should really not be quitting, and also encouraging us to read, because I understand all of us do require to imbibe that habit. Thank you so much, sir. As a token of appreciation and gratitude, I would request our director, Professor R.K. Mishra, to give a memento to our guest, Dr. Jibitesh Rath. Thank you, sir. It's an honor and privilege for me to propose the vote of thanks for the inaugural session. I thank sir for coming here and being a part of IP, because I understand you are an integral part of our family, sir. Thank you so much for always taking out time and coming here. Very kind of you to spend your time. I also thank Dr. Sen to be here, and also Eshwar Saab here. So hope to see you guys there, and thank you once again, sir. Good day.
Interacting with the present technology, very good. Another good skill that he is coming up with. I'm very glad that guys and girls here are very much on the path of what's happening, what will happen in the future. Good. I'm getting very, I'm feeling very happy that you guys are on the track. Yeah. Others were slightly on the second row of the chairs. Anybody would like to respond? Or this side, this, sorry? Analytical skills, very good, right, wonderful. Now, would you like to see, there was a research, there's a survey undertaken by chartered accountants of Australia and New Zealand. Now, you must be wondering why I'm going to Australia all the time. The reason is, my eldest son, Kalash, is studying in Victoria University, Melbourne. So I happen to do a lot of surfing and finding out a lot of things from Australia. So I found that this particular survey was done by the chartered accountants of Australia and New Zealand, and they asked the business leaders, right, what do they consider the skills most important for people for the future of work, and based on their performance. Like, what are the skills which are very important for the business leaders or the employees in the future, right? You mentioned some of them which are bang on, right? Would you like to see that result? If you're keen, I'll show, otherwise I'll skip. Obviously, right. So this is what I wanted. You look at this. Resilience, 32% they said important, and 53% very important. Now you said communication, ma'am, right? Communication skills are highest, 73%. And 17%, a lot of people felt it is important, but very important is 73%. And you said critical thinking, that is there. Synthesize complex information. Some of you didn't come out with, like somebody said, technology. So that is there. Work with data and the latest technology. And leadership, of course, you did come out with. Collaboration. Emotional intelligence is there. Collaboration, adaptability and agility, it's all part of the emotional intelligence. Problem solving, it's another very, very important skill. And what is this kind of a skill, we'll see. Display empathy, this part of the EI, emotional intelligence. In fact, we have with us here Dr. Ashish Sen and Surya Rao, and of course I also teamed up with them for some time. They're all, Dr. Ashish Sen is a globally acclaimed EI expert. And today we're not going to talk about EI, we'll just give you a glimpse of EI as we go along, okay. So this, you see the importance of the skills which the employers are saying would be very valuable for the performance of their companies when the people are working for them. Now you can see, you can test yourself, where do you stand in terms of the skills? You don't have to tell me. Do a self-introspection, just self-checking. Where do you stand on your own? On your own you do it, but in this list, there is something which is not very appearing very clearly. One skill. What is that? What is that skill? The employers didn't mention that it is very important or important. What is that skill? Any guesses? So all the skills which you see here, something is missing. They didn't say that is important, but we think that perhaps that is important. Do you find that here? And that skill is what? Anybody? Nothing is spoken about the technical skills of a person. Do you find anything there? Like, he should be technically sound. He should be, he should have his subject knowledge 100%. Do you find that there? I'm not saying technical skills are not important. They are important. But for the future of work, study, it is not come there. Right? What is the important thing right now is, there is a move away from technical skills to transferable skills. Right? All the skills can be clubbed in 3 categories. Category 1, enterprise skills. Enterprise skills relate to those which are your initiative. In fact, he spoke. Mr. Rath spoke about a lot of things. Initiative and resourcefulness. That is, whether you are enterprising. And the other skills which come under enterprise skills are, can you recollect from the previous chart? Your decision making, your autonomy, Your, sorry? Creativity and innovation, very good, absolutely. So you're able to relate to what is shown there before. And there's one skill which is enterprise skill, which is one of the top rated skill in the previous chart. What is that? No, leadership was not very top. You see here, problem solving. Problem solving is an enterprise skill, my dear girls and guys. And where do you get these enterprise skills from? They stem from your business knowledge and work experience. Right? You can develop them through your work experience. You're yet to get into some companies, but you have to. The more you learn, the more you grow, the higher is and the greater is your business understanding and enterprise skills. Now, entrepreneurship you can learn when you're a student also, by so many programs that you're doing here. Okay, you can be enterprising. Suppose if you're doing a college fair, college festival, you have to raise money. You have to get sponsorships. And that is an entrepreneurial skill. Right? Agree or disagree? You can disagree with me if you have any other perspective. Okay? Right. This is what I spoke just now. This is to reinforce learning. We are all coaches. First tell what we have to tell, then after that tell what we have told. That is all we do in coaching, so that you all know that the way we work. Right? The second set of skills are interpersonal skills. What are the skills from the previous chart that we have seen earlier? Sorry? Yeah, perhaps unsurprisingly, 73% of the employers, the business leaders, said communication skills are the most critical, and they rated it on the top ranked skill. It is sitting on the top, number one. Number two, the other skills, your collaboration with people. Can you work in teams? If you can't work in teams, then there is an issue. Collaboration, you have to work collaboratively, working in teams. And display empathy. Display empathy. Now, these are all skills which will be useful to you in this world where the technology is changing every day. And whether the jobs will get automated in future, despite that, these interpersonal skills will stand in great demand. People who are having these interpersonal skills. In fact, there's a basket of emotional intelligence competencies are available in this. I'll just show you a small slide before I move on. This is what we have just discussed. Communication skills is sitting on the top. And ability to build relations quickly. See, it's not that I will take a long time. You need to, when you're working together in teams where people might not have met earlier, you need to quickly build rapport and the relationships, working relationships, of course. You have to do all that. So these are the skills employers are wanting. Now, do your self-check. Where do you stand as far as these skills are concerned? If you find that you're good at all this, very good. Build on them. Suppose if you find that something is not okay, work on them. Something you need to build on, okay. We'll go to the third one, which is also part of emotional intelligence basket, is adaptability skills. The pace at which the change is accelerating and you need to have the ability to adapt to it. It's very crucial. Right? And people with the adaptability and agility skills are able to cope up with the change in a better way, or the challenges that they face in their career or in the personal life, and they'll become more resilient. What do you mean by resilience? In fact, I wanted to ask you what is meant by empathy, but I'll not get into that. Resilience you should understand. What is resilience? Yeah, tell. Rising order fall. What's your name, sir? Kunal, come on, give a big hand to him. Rising up whenever you fall, right? When you have an adversity, when you come back, spring back, suppose I won't say you failed an exam, you didn't do well in an exam. It should not make you, withdraw, make a person go back into a shell. Okay, see what exactly has happened, come back and then do best what you can do about that. Resilience. Right. Now, these are the adaptability skills. We'll see this. Ability to adapt, we spoke. Just being open to the idea of change is half the skill, because everything is changing so fast. If you are closed, then you are not able to adapt. Closed in your mind, I mean. You have to be open to the idea of change. That is half the skill. That's what they are talking about. Okay, resilience we have seen. Now, there's one thing which has not come up in the entire list which was there, all the skills. What is that? Anybody can guess? One skill apart from technical or specific that has not come there. The one more thing normally doesn't come in the list of skills or capabilities or competencies, which people generally don't talk about. But one more research has found out that 67% of the people find it very, very important, and that skill is your openness to diversity or inclusiveness. Now, I don't know whether whenever you are going to work in any company, you may find people from North India, South India, and different parts of the country. How well you are able to, you're open to the diversity or able to include people from various parts or various thoughts or various aspects. Okay, and they say that teams which are which are openness to diversity, or they value that, plus they also include everyone, those teams are outperforming others in financial performances of that particular unit or the team or the company. And also the decision making is 87% of the time is right, because they are able to be open to the diversity that is there in the team and in the company. So that is this. Before that, I will just, diverse mindset is also important. Okay, now I'll just give you a glimpse of, this is what we have seen. Dr. Daniel Goleman is the father of emotional intelligence. He has brought EI from the laboratory to the corporate world. In fact, we had the opportunity, Dr. Ashish has brought Dr. Daniel Goleman to India in 2010. We had a huge conference. He came and addressed. He is the father of emotional intelligence. What is EI and what it does to you? Basically, EI is twice as important as your IQ for any job that you're doing. People with the high performance, the people who are star performers in various Fortune 500 companies, he did a study. It was found that they displayed majority of the 6 to 7 competencies of emotional intelligence. So this is what will separate you. In fact, most of the interpersonal skills that we have seen there earlier are figuring here. For example, tell me some of the things that you have seen earlier. Empathy, very good. The leaders need to have empathy. And now, I am not able to contain myself. Tell me, what is empathy? Capacity to listen, very good. Give a big clap. That is the first basic thing. Basic thing. If you don't, I'll just come to something else also. Listening is also very important for a student, apart from a leader. For a leader, it is the most important basic part of the empathy. Listening is just not listening to your words. Right now you are listening to my words, I don't know. Are you looking at my non-verbal communication? Are you listening to that communication also? So it's a basket of things. Okay, empathy is there. Very good. Empathy is the capacity to feel the way the other person is feeling. The ability or the capacity. But not get overawed by that person's condition. You need to give the space to the person to be with you at the time. Okay. Now you've also seen adaptability, you've seen emotional self-awareness, influence, coaching and mentoring, conflict management, teamwork, inspirational leadership. All these, if not in all of them, but majority of them you need to have in order to develop a very good interpersonal skills and work in teams, and also your own self-management as well as your own happiness. Okay, we will now, what is happening is, in this world where the future of world, the skills we have seen just now, you don't have to get daunted by them. Okay, I don't have this, what do I do? Don't get sort of discouraged or get into some depression. What you could do is, if you're thinking that you're on a wrong career path right now, the world of opportunity, the future of work is going to give you an opportunity to look at the skills which you need to work on. So you can take off from there. Okay, that is the silver lining of all this. Now let's quickly get into conclusion is this. You can gain, you don't have to feel daunted, and there are a lot of opportunities and challenges which are available, and you can future-proof yourself. Get these transferable skills. In future, you should not be redundant, so therefore you future-proof, and you will be ruling the world. Ruling means you will be doing very well wherever you are, wherever you work. That's what is the conclusion that I am drawing from the future of world or future of work study. Now let's quickly look at. I am sure your professors, when they started your class last year, can you tell me what advice they gave you on the first day? This is a different topic now I am covering because I thought it is relevant. Okay, that skills are over. Yeah, Sulogna Sarkar madam, please come. It's a pleasure to have you with us. She is an expert on CSR. I have been part of some of the workshops. Okay, now what is that advice that you got from your professors? Sridhar is here, Professor Sridhar is here. He would have given you some advice, no? What is that? I see a meaningful smile in you. Okay, please share with us. What is that advice that you got from your professors in this college, in this institute? Quickly, so that I will. Yeah, what is that? One advice would have been that only, manage your ego. Okay, manage your ego is a big subject. Anyway, I would like to just get you a flavor of various professors from across the world, from various institutes. What is that they are suggesting? What is that they are advising? Students who are doing MBA. Now you are already 1 year old. I'm sure that this will not be out of place for you. It will be more relevant for the beginners or for the juniors, but it is still relevant for you also. Okay. Now they are saying, first thing, yeah, this professor, I let fish back, says focus, there is nothing else. See, you come, what do you come here for? To prove yourself in this college institute? Do you come here to prove, or are you coming, have you come to prove something of yourself here? I'm glad that she is saying no. But you have come here for what then? Learn. Apart from that, you have to challenge yourself. You have to get challenged by others. You have to be mentally prepared. Be mindfully participating in the programs and the classrooms which are going to happen here, for you. You have no other business to get distracted. You have come here basically to learn, to get challenged by yourself and by others, and go back totally refined, not just by your technical knowledge of whatever you're studying, but beyond that. That is what she means. The other one, managing your ego is a huge challenge. In what respect this particular John Colley would have been talking? Managing your ego. When does your ego come into picture? Any idea? As a student, I'm talking now, it is your subject now. We are not open to learning, working teams. Spirit comes down. See, in every class, there will be ambitious students. They will be jockeying for the position, and you will compete with them. Now there comes the ego, right? you have to manage your ego and develop the ability to get along with those people. That is what he's meaning. I just went into what exactly he was talking about. Okay? Now, we'll go to the next one. Next advice by try different things. Now, there are, in fact, listening will, see, you may be coming here, so you may be how many of you have come with the working background here in this class? Working background. Okay. What is your background? Where were you working? Right. So, very good. What is your name? Pavan Prakash. Very good name, very good response. Now, what is the elective that you have taken here? What is the specialization? This is what they are saying. Now, you have not perhaps taken a risk of trying something else, which may not have immediate results, but which will be useful to you in the long run. Perhaps you could have tried something else. That's what they are saying. Try different things. Be open to learning. That's what she said. Okay. Next. This is a very important thing. How come it is an entrepreneurial activity? Can you tell? She's saying, Aarti Ramaswamy, Indian origin. She says, learning is an entrepreneurial activity. How? Tell me, you must be doing it. Yeah, please tell. What's your name? Tavleen. Tavleen Kaur. Yes, absolutely. Great. Okay. Give me an example of, like, here in the college or in the institute, what are you doing which perhaps supports this? Right. Absolutely great. Give a big clap to her. She's actually learning, entrepreneurial way, right? How basically what you need to do is, apart from your studies, which is your given thing, is the hygiene factor, you're supposed to study, right? Apart from that, you have to develop your leadership and communication skills in the college. There are so many opportunities. And you have to seek feedback, part of the emotional intelligence, emotional awareness. Seek feedback from your peers and seniors or whatever, whoever is available. You have to seek feedback so that you are on the learning curve. Otherwise, you think that you're doing well. Perhaps you may not be. So therefore, you need to seek feedback. Okay? So that way it is important. We'll go to the next. Now, what do you think they are trying to say here? Don't look for instant gratification. Do you guys do that? In your college study, you are here in IPE for last 1 year. Have you done this? Instant gratification. I see a lot of smiles, so they are doing that. So the professor says, Tim Morris, don't go. Instant gratification is that I study a concept, I apply that, I must get the results. See, there are a lot of complex subjects, there are a lot of abstract subjects. Get to know them, soak into them, and spend time and get to know go to the bottom. That's what it is he's talking about. Don't look for quick fixes. Take the broad aspects. In fact, he's talking about, see, you're coming here not for just business studies. You're coming, you have to expand your horizon to see what's happening in politics. Not that you should do politicking, but you should understand what's happening in politics, international relations, and climate change and environment that is happening, and so many things. It's a basket of things. It's a gamut of things. Not just your own studies. That will be tunnel vision for you. So, and this part of the because you have come here for good grades, and then you want quick results, but that's not learning, which is not an entrepreneurial activity. Okay, we'll go to the next. This is, how many people are doing this in this class, in this 2018, 2017 class, right? Your class of 2017. How many people are humble here? Okay, please raise your hands. No, that requires a lot of courage, because others may not think that you are humble and hardworking, but you are thinking. Great. Actually, suppose if you are doing well in your exam, okay, you may become a little bit complacent, and then you may take it easy. So that's why it says, remain humble and keep working hard. A lot of things associated with this. So these are some of the advice which, again, same thing, the biggest rewards come to those who try something different. You don't look for only investment banking, you don't look for only branding, brand management, or you don't look for any financial assignment, but go something beyond which you have not tried, so that you can learn here, apply it later in your working life. Now, the students who have, or MBA graduates, I have given some tips, those who are studying. Want to see? Okay, next year you will pass out. Now, the new batch, they already there, right? You will give some advice to them. What is that advice you will give? Tell me. Just let me see. Suppose if the youngsters are here, the juniors are here, what are the few things that you will, I want to see what those guys are telling and what you guys are going to tell. Yeah, Tavleen and then Pawan Prakash. Never giving up. Our friend Mr. Rath has told that beautiful story of Winston Churchill. Never giving up. Okay? Hard working. No, you are coming from the same charts. These guys have told something different. They were the professors, these are the students, MBA graduates. Okay? So without much ado, I'll go and then quickly run through. Develop a routine you can stick to. Study at least every day 2 hours and 1 hour every weekend. That is what the MBA graduates of Australian Institute of Business are talking about and telling their own juniors. Okay? Second, maintain a balance between work, study and life. How many people are staying in this hostel here? Right. Now, you don't have to only be working and studying. You have your own life also. So you have to have the balance of all that. You don't have to become only the bookworm. So you have to have proper balance. Connect with fellow students. How many people connect here? Fellow students? Very less. So there is a need for you to connect, because you will do better. In fact, I'll tell you a real life incident. I was in Kota for about 5 years, almost 5 years, where IL was. Kota is known for what? Coaching. It's a coaching hub, coaching capital of the country. Alan Carey Institute, which is well known for medical students, medical entrance, as well as now for the IIT, JEE also. 2016, there were all 10 ranks of NEET were from Allen, 1 to 10. Now the reason, they carried a story. There were 6 or 7 toppers, 1 to 7. They were all studying together, living together, talking together, clarifying with each other. If they are not able to understand, they were going to the professors and they all went to be the classmates in AIMS also. That is the power of working together, connecting with the fellow students. Okay. Reward yourself for small achievements. For example, you surprisingly, Tavleen gets a very good grade, right? She didn't expect. No, it is not by fluke. You really did something good. That's why you got that. Reward yourself. You submitted a very tough assignment in time. Reward yourself. I'm not saying go and then do all sorts of things which are prohibited, but small wins. Ashish is going to talk about small wins. So you must, whenever you have a small win, reward yourself, because you have put in your best there, and you can pat yourself that you've done well, so go ahead. Then use colleagues and friends. Not only friends in your own circle, but also you can go to the department heads, Professor Sridhar Raj, Professor Ramakrishna, Professor Srinivasa Murthy, others. Go to them, sit down, develop, and then interact. Apply your learnings at work as frequently as possible. Okay, so it may be slightly at variance with what we have heard from advice from the professor. Don't look for instant gratification, but you apply your learnings, because, for example, you have come from TCS, right? Now you may make a business plan for TCS here, right? So if you're going back there again, right? Otherwise, You can make a plan for yourself. You may be becoming an entrepreneur, startup owner in the future. So like that, you must apply your learnings here. Okay? So I'll end with a small story. The story is this. Krishna, Lord Krishna and Balaram were in the forest one day and it became dark. So there were no inns or hotels. So they decided to spend their time there itself. So Lord Krishna tells Balaram, Bhaiya, I will sleep, okay, you take the guard, right? And whenever you feel that you want to sleep, just wake me up, I'll get up, I'll take guard, and then you sleep, right? So Krishna goes to sleep, and Balaram is, walking up and down, is taking guard and then doing, and suddenly he hears a monster's voice, scream, right? And Balaram, is a little bit scared inside, and he looks at it, and he doesn't say anything, but monster again screams, and the moment it screams, Balaram actually shrinks in size, and monster grows in size. And third time also, the monster screams, and Balaram totally shrunk to a small size. He is so frightened, he screams, Krishna! And falls down, faints. And Krishna gets up. And he says, he looks at his brother, Balaram. He thinks that he's sleeping. And he starts walking. Now it is his turn to do the guard job. And same monster screams. And Lord Krishna says, who are you? And the moment he says that, he grows in size and monster grows shorter in shrinks. Second time screams. And Krishna says, who are you? And again Krishna grows bigger, monster grows smaller. And third time, that monster becomes a small, that movie also has come, So what he does, he takes out that monster, which has now become manageable small, at the end of the dhoti, he ties, and then he is just doing his job. And sun rises, Balaram gets up, and they start walking back towards the village. And Balaram says, Krishna, do you know, yesterday night there was a monster, and it was threatening us? He says, yes. He takes out his dhoti and unties. Is this the monster? Yeah, he says, how come it is so small? And Veda Vyas goes on to explain in the Mahabharata through voice of Krishna that monster was nothing but your challenge in life, which when you get cowed down by this challenge, it becomes bigger, takes control of your life. Are you willing to face the challenges in its face so that you are bigger than the challenge? You will have a lot of challenges here in your working life, in your student life, in your working life. Can you be in control of the challenge, or take up the challenge and then take up the gauntlet that the challenge is throwing and do what your meaning and purposeful career you want to do in your life and career. Thank you very much. Have a great session again with...
Thank you, sir. It is for your energetic and very communicative input. I'm sure it was of great value to all of us. May we have a round of applause for him again.